Hello, everyone. This is Hilda Voskanian with Keller Williams Realty. We have another small local business that we're trying to support on our business shout-out. Most of you have probably been in the store. Most of you know them. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Peter Wannier from the Flintridge Book Store. Hi, Peter.
Hello, Hilda. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for joining us. I'm honored to be interviewing you today on our local business shout out.
Well, thank you.
Peter, tell our audience who may not know about you a little bit about your business. How long have you been in business? What is it that you provide to the community and all?
Well, we started our business 13 years ago, and it was more or less in response to the fact that we had several bookstores in our community and neighboring communities that were leaving for one reason or another. As you know, Borders, a used bookstore. In La Crescenta, there was a bookstore. And my wife and I both are great supporters of reading and of the local education needs, and realized that there was going to be a real void in this community if somebody didn't step forward and start a business such as this.
True, it's exactly. There was a void, and thank you for opening the Flintridge Bookstore. And when did you open it, you said?
It was about 13 years ago. I remember that right after we opened, one of the very first things we did was to have a big party for the last of the Harry Potter books that came out. And that was in the back lot of our then building at 964 Foothill Boulevard.
And since you have moved, correct? Even recently?
We've actually moved twice. When we first started our business, we had always intended to build a store and operate a coffee house, which we did at 1010 Foothill Boulevard. But that construction project took us longer than we had originally thought. And we moved in there after about 3.5 years. And operated there until just at the beginning of 2020. Well, now we're at 858 Foothill Boulevard. It's right across the street from Sprouts Market and from the town center retail businesses to the north of us.
Yeah, and we're neighbors now. You're neighbors with our Keller Williams office on Foothill. We're at 848, you're at 858.
That's correct. It's part of the same building, and we look forward to being your neighbor for years to come.
Correct. Yes. Well, Peter, tell us how your business has changed since COVID.
Well, as you know, all of the retail businesses, not only in our community, but California and indeed in all of the United States, have been hard hit by the COVID pandemic and all of the measures taken to try and limit it. At the beginning, we were shut down totally by the health department of Los Angeles County. And after several weeks, allowed to reopen for curbside service, and more recently, finally, with in-store customers, with mitigating procedures in place to minimize contamination. As you may or may not know, we do still offer home delivery for people who are restricted in their movements, not able to get around freely. And we've always done that since the first COVID restrictions occurred. And even today, we ask, of course, everyone to wear masks, keep social distance, and use proper sanitizing procedures, because we do definitely support the county and the county health department in its efforts to minimize the effects of this plague.
That's wonderful. That's good to know that you also offer home delivery. So how can we order from you? How can people place an order from you?
Well, people call up on the telephone, and most customers like to come in and pick up their books in person. But we do know that there are people that have, for one reason or another, that have to isolate or quarantine, and therefore can't even get out. And they simply can indicate that to our staff when they call up on the telephone, and they can help them out.
Okay, that's wonderful to know. Peter, would you like to maybe walk us through your store and show us some of the stuff you offer?
Okay, so this is obviously our main cash wrap, and we have in the front here a display of our recent releases, new releases, and bestsellers. We keep up new releases and offer 15% off of them for about a couple of months after they first come out. We have all kinds of books, fiction, nonfiction. This particular display shows one featuring recent science titles, space exploration, and science gift items. This one in particular is one that's always fascinated both my wife and myself. It's a Galileo thermometer, and it has well, I'm not going to go into it, but anyway, it records its temperature passively by just differential expansion and contraction. We have a variety of bags. And what do we have in the front here? Here's a display of, I don't know if you can see this. Can I back up enough?
No, we can see it.
So this is a display of classics, children's classics and adult classics, Shakespeare. Here we have one of the favorites of our own children, The Wizard of Oz, in a new publication. We also have quite a variety of cards, of course, in addition to books. We have greeting cards. My wife and I have always felt that the selection that has been offered in several nearby stores wasn't completely to our taste, and we decided that we would offer some that we felt were a little better quality and more tasteful than many of the ones that we've seen. Obviously, books, and books, and more books. I'd like to take you to our children's section. This is a display of items from an organization that we've always felt a certain liking for, called the Unemployed Philosophers Guild. And they have various tongue-in-cheek items, including finger puppets of all kinds of important people, and of course currently also politicians.
Okay. Interesting.
With the election coming up, there's always a lot of interest in where we stand politically, and what I always tell people is we don't stand, we simply offer information, and we offer information that's balanced, we hope. But as you know, the election will be fraught with controversy for various reasons, and we always hope to make it out unscathed, how can I say. This is our children's section, and that's a section that we're especially proud of. the largest section in our store, and we have a variety of games and books. And when we're permitted to do so, probably author events as well. We have a very large selection of picture books, board books, children's puzzles, and also children's educational toys. I know in this time of the COVID shutdown, there's a lot of people interested in what can be done to try and keep their children active and learning. And we've endeavored to meet those needs as well.
Okay, that's wonderful, Peter. Thank you for showing us around, since a lot of people can't get out right now. This is great for them to see it, and if they would like to come in or if they would like to order with you on the phone, this is a great opportunity for them. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Please, please support your local businesses. They need it more than ever now. You can get a hold of Peter and his staff at the Flintridge Bookstore at 818-790-0717. They also have a website. It's called the flintridgebooks.com. And they're also active on Instagram and Facebook, and I will share that information with you. Again, they are also a member of the Chamber of Commerce at La Cañada Flintridge, and you can get some information from them. Thank you for watching again. My name is Hilda with Keller Williams, and we will see you soon. Thank you, Peter. I'm honored to be interviewing you today.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time, Hilda.
Definitely. Thank you. And see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Goodbye.